Lawin Media Network.
Bringing to you the most relevant content across all platforms.
Business, legal, politics, health, lifestyle, and entertainment.
Your source for all the news and updates in the greater Houston community from Texas and all over the world.
Get informed and empowered with Lawin Media Network.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. We're back here. It's Teacher Talk, and it's our Season 3, Episode 4. And here is our co-host, Ma'am Cora. Ma'am Cora, how are you? Okay. So before anything else, let me welcome everybody. So magandang araw, magandang gabi po, good day, and a warm welcome to all our listeners in the Philippines, the United States, and around the world. So welcome to the Teacher Talk Live Chikahan with Ma'am Cora and Dr. Niels, a place for meaningful conversations, inspiring stories, and real-life experiences in education come together. So here we celebrate the voices of our educators, leaders, advocates, change makers as we explore the heart of teaching, the journey of learning, and the impact of leadership. So every episode, just like what we have today, is an opportunity to connect, reflect, and be inspired as we share ideas, challenges, successes, and stories that remind us why education matters. So let's bring and build bridges together across cultures, communities, strengthen connection, and of course, continue to uplift educators. In other words, one conversation, one story, and one heart at a time. Ma'am Cora, how about you?
Hi, good morning, United States, and good evening sa Pilipinas. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. And we are very grateful and thankful for you sitting with us today in this early morning of Saturday and late evening sa Philippines. We are so lucky today to have 3 gorgeous women. They will empower all of us today when it comes to money matters, and that we will learn a lot from them. So sit back and then relax also, take your coffee, and we are ready to roll our episode 4 today, Season 3, episode number 4, entitled Dr. Nia.
Okay.
Okay, so our focus for today is about literacy, financial literacy, and we have our expert today, 1 retiree and 2 of our finance literacy experts. Okay,
so, but before that, I'm sorry,
yes.
Miss Ma'am
Go
Cora.
ahead.
Let's talk, as a teacher in the classroom, we always talk about why we are here. And I will talk about objectives, okay? We always make sure that our viewers exactly know what we were talking about here. So to give you a background, we will be talking about, how to understand the importance of financial literacy for educators and how financial wellness can impact our personal, professional, and family wellness, and of course, engage our audience in real-world application. Next, Ma'am Cora.
That's right. You all know that money is important to us. We must learn how to manage our money. Our second objective is to identify key financial management strategies, including budgeting, saving, managing debt, and making informed spending decisions. And we all teachers need to learn this, especially those who are new here in United States.
Yes, and of course, we're going to explore what are the strategies for increasing financial confidence. That includes understanding of our salary, the benefits, retirement options, which is very important, of course, additional income opportunities. Yes.
Okay, that's right. That is very, very crucial. Okay, so our next objective is that we want to explore strategies for increasing financial confidence, including understanding salary, benefits, okay, retirement options, and additional income opportunities.
Yes. And then the next one is how educators can build financial legacy through planning, investing, and preparing for their future goals. And last but not the least, Ma'am Cora.
Connect financial literacy to educator empowerment, helping teachers feel more confident in making decisions and support their personal and professional lives. So, all of this, we are going to hit our learning objectives for today with the help of our experts.
Okay, thank you so much, Ma'am Cora, for sharing that. And of course, again, we were discussing our topic. Guess what? Beyond the paycheck, building financial literacy, stability, and empowerment for educators. So let's begin our conversation by introducing our guests. All right. Hold tight, everyone, because we have a lot of expert, okay, hold on, people here that we are, guesting in our show. So the first one is our guest is a passionate financial strategist, author, and community leader who believes that financial literacy is not only about managing money. Take note, it's about creating confidence, making informed decisions, and building a stronger future for individuals, families, and communities. Joy Garcia is the founder of Legacy Ensure Group, which she helps individuals and families develop personalized strategies, focus on retirement planning, financial protection, and creating a lasting legacy, just like her um, businesses. Through her work, Joyce empowers people to better understand their financial goals and make meaningful steps towards financial confidence and security. Beyond her work in financial services, Joyce is also dedicated in community as leader and advocate for professional growth. She is currently served as our executive chair of the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce of Texas, Greater Austin, where she supports entrepreneurs and strengthen partnerships and help create opportunities that uplift the community. So for today's episode, financial literacy for educators from classroom impact to financial confidence, our guest, Ms. Joyce, will share valuable insights on why financial awareness is essential for educators, not only in strengthening their own financial well-being, but also helping students develop lifelong financial habits and responsible decision-making skills. With her passion for service, commitment to education, and genuine desire to empower others, Joyce brings wisdom, purpose, and inspiration to every conversation. She also brings the support of her family, her husband, David, Elisa, her daughter, who is also a college student now, and of course, their beloved fur baby, Yogi, who are important part of her journey and story. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in warmly welcoming our distinguished guest, financial strategist, community leader, advocate for empowerment, and of course, my sister in Christ, no other than Miss Joyce Garcia.
Good morning, USA, and magandang gabi, Philippines. Thank you so much, Dr. Nils and Mom Cora, for having me today. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. It's your first time.
Joyce, yeah, sorry. Joyce, it's nice to see you in a different platform, huh?
Right? Yeah, we're not talking chamber stuff, so
Exactly.
thank you for having me.
Of course. Go ahead with Dr. Cohen.
How about you, Mancora? Are you going to introduce Miss Patricia?
I don't know if Patricia is already there.
Okay.
Do we have her, Jewel?
Okay. So while waiting for Miss Jewel, let me talk about our second guest. So our guest today is, my gosh, a dedicated educator, accomplished leader, lifelong advocate for quality education, with an impressive 35 years of teaching experience.
Wow.
She has devoted her career to shaping young minds both in the Philippines and in the United States. Dr. Dr. Alma Cohen spent 11 years teaching in the Philippines and 24 years serving students in Texas, USA, where she worked with both Fort Bend ISD and Cypress Fairbanks ISD. Throughout her distinguished career, she has taught pre-K, kindergarten, and elementary grades, and of course served as reading specialist, helping countless students develop strong literacy and a love for learning. Her passion and excellence in education earned her recognition as ESL, or English English as Second Language Teacher of the Year in 2009, a testament to her commitment to supporting diverse learners and fostering academic success. A recent or fresh retiree, just not even a month ago, Dr. Cohen continues to make meaningful impact in the field of education. Take note, she earned her doctoral degree in the Philippines and served as, now her major role, president and owner of Lead Academy of Orbistondo, Pangasinan, Philippines, a private educational institution in the northern part of Pangasinan that opened its doors in 2017 of July and currently offers program from pre-kindergarten to grade 10. Today, she joins us to share her valuable insights on financial literacy, professional growth, and the importance of planning for a secure and confident future, both inside and outside the classroom. And again, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming one of our distinguished guests, an accomplished educator, a school leader, a lifelong learner, and a dear friend of mine. It is my honor and pleasure to introduce none other than, and a second time guest, Dr. Alma Cohen.
Can you tell? She's my best friend. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. But unfortunately, what do you call that? The normal curve is going downhill. now. But anyway, thank you so much. It's a great pleasure and honor to be a part of your third season, correct? Third season
Correct.
ng
That's true.
program ninyo.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Cohen. Our next guest is an expert in financial literacy. She provides information about retirement to educators and nonprofit employees within the Houston and throughout the United States. Patricia Caloco, I hope I pronounced that right, with over a decade of experience as a retirement specialist, She focused on helping clients grow and protect their assets through strategic financial planning. She also specialized in utilizing products from top-rated companies such as National Life Group, Nationwide, North American, Security Benefits, and Athens. Joyce is smiling. Joyce, you know any of these? Okay, so maybe you can collaborate later on. These solutions are designed to create guaranteed lifetime income, helping teachers bridge their financial income opportunities and gap. She offered a comprehensive suite of solutions tailored to every teacher's individual needs, including 403B retirement plans specifically for educators, annuities and retirement income strategies, index universal life or IUL products, and life insurance protection. She said she is very much welcome all opportunities that will discuss on all of these strategies and how she could help prepare a secure financial future. Let us all welcome our guest, Patricia Caloco. Is she here?
No, it looks like she's not here yet.
Okay. So maybe we will just let her in a minute. She's probably having difficulty on that one. Okay. So we're going to start our ball rolling. Dr. Neil, right? Okay. So our first question for today, and we would like to ask Joyce to give an enlightenment with regard to what is financial literacy. You know, in the Philippines, we don't have financial literacy, right? Do we have that? Now, I grew up not knowing about financial literacy, managing money. That's why, well, probably one reason is that we don't have money to manage. So anyhow, probably that's the reason why. But it's a good thing that we have this financial literacy session so that we could educate our teachers as well as the other individuals that are watching today. What is the importance of financial literacy among our educators? Joyce?
Yeah. So it's very important because our educators are shaping our students, right? And in order for them to be able to teach about this, they should also be able to navigate through their own financial pressures like student loans, the rising living costs, inflation, and of course, retirement planning, family responsibilities. As a matter of fact, I have a client in Tennessee who is an educator. And she's like, you can ask me anything about what I teach, but I know nothing about my current situation. So it's very important that they understand even just the basics, right? What's your inflow versus your outflow? Like what's your income, your expenses, the debt that you have, your savings? You mentioned benefits, insurance, and retirement. Those should not be overwhelming. If you start with just the basics and being able to track that, it will make your big decisions later on as far as retirement is concerned a lot easier.
Thank you for that, Joyce. Actually, it really helps a lot. You know what? When I came here, this is the only time I learned financial literacy after I max out all my credit cards.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
even like how to pay off that debt, is
that's
important.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
So that will be a great thing for our educators, especially our new teachers who just came to the United States and how to manage that one. Okay.
Yes.
So thank you for that.
Do we have our guest now?
Joel, Patricia she's watching us.
Okay.
Is
Well, you know
she
what,
is she in our
Mom Cora,
what do
why
you
don't
think?
we pause for a break and then we'll come back and then get ready. Dr. Cohen or, Miss Patricia will put you on the spot. Okay. Can we have a
Okay.
break? Thank you,
Yes, of
Jiro.
course.
In a world filled with fleeting moments, there's beauty waiting to be captured. My name is Christian, and I specialize in immortalizing your most precious memories, from elegant weddings to vibrant events and timeless portraits. I'm here to make every moment unforgettable. Let me tell your story through the lens. Contact me today and let's create magic together.
I like that. I liked Christian's photography shop. Okay,
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yep, that is so good. Anyway, as we continue our discussion and as we wait for our other guests, Miss Patricia, I know she'll find time to really connect with us. Let me read our second question, which is, I will put Dr. Cohen on the spot. So, what do you think is the biggest financial challenges as teachers, commonly experience? Can you give us that kind of idea and expound it, Dr. Cohen? You are muted. Dr. Cohen, can't hear you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah. Okay, can you hear me now? Sorry about that.
Yes, better.
To me, well, it's I will speak in general term, not just for teachers, but to me the four most common financial challenges or first is lack of financial resources. Anong maibabudget mo kung kulang talaga? Especially for teachers, we live in fixed income. We have a fixed income. We don't have like what do you call that? We don't have bonuses, or we are lucky if we get increase every at the beginning of the school year, but generally speaking we live in a fixed income or stagnant base salary, ika nga. And then another financial challenge also is when teachers or people live beyond their means. Hindi nagbabalance yung
Yes. Okay. I think that's one of the challenges that Dr. Cohen is experiencing. She was saying to me
Did
earlier.
you get that? When
Yes. So
expenses
actually,
exceeds income, and then when people are dealing with heavy debt, whether personal loans or you know uh, student loans and things like that, and also the lack of financial cushion. Lack of
yeah,
long-term financial goals. Yung uh, some people or some of us like try to live or keep up with the Jonases, sacrificing our long-term financial stability, ika nga. Therefore, these hurdles can cause constant stress or mental drain. And kung baga yung iba, they get personal loan to pay off another loan until parang when na domino effect, until you find yourself in a debt hole. So that's my answer.
Ako,
Thank
it's
you.
true. Uh, Parang in our culture, right? That if you have debt and then you are going to repay that debt with another debt, right? A lot of us,
Yeah.
most of my friends are doing that. They will go and withdraw ample amount from their
Mhm.
insurances
There's
or 403B and then pay another
401k.
debt.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we move on, let us welcome Miss Patricia Caloco. But Miss Pat, go ahead and say hi to everyone.
Hey, I'm so glad I finally made it in. Oh my goodness.
Ah,
Um, I may be wise with insurance and financial strategy, but technology is not my specialty, apparently.
Well, thank
So,
you. At least you're here.
right?
But,
I finally made it after a lot of clicks and turns.
yeah. Uh-huh. So
Thank you and
we are
welcome
going to
once
go back
again.
to that. Yeah, we have not, move on with our discussion yet because there's a lot of questions right after Joyce mentioned and responded in our question, what is financial literacy and why it
Mhm.
is important for educators. Maybe you could enhance more of what Joy has said, Miss Patricia.
Yes, absolutely. One of the strategies that I like to share with my clients, either educators or middle America, is the importance of savings. I'm a big advocate of reading books. And one of the books that I like is All Your Worth, and it talks about saving habits. And so one of the strategies is 50% must have, 20% savings, and 30% wants, right? So if you keep that strategy going, that would allow you to have a consistent, healthy saving habit. So must-haves: rent, car insurance, cars, food. Those are all must-haves. Savings are, they look several different ways. It could be either a CD, a savings account, your 403b, an IUL. As long as you're putting away money for the future, that's what is most important. I always like to point out that America don't save a lot. Americans, I think the average American have less than $1,000 in their savings account, which is big. It's a big deal because if there was one catastrophic event, that means they don't have enough for the essentials like rent, food, transportation. So savings is highly important to create a healthy, cohesive savings platform, right? And then the wants, right? Everybody wants something. But if you narrow it down to 30%, you should be in a healthy zone, right? So 30% is maybe, going out to happy hour, eating out, a shopping spree. But as long as you're taking care of the main portion of savings, which is the 20%, I feel like you would be in a good standing position. And if you have a goal, like say you want to buy a new house, then what I typically do is I enhance my savings and I take away from my wants because my goal is to want a new house. And so I kind of shift my mindset and my saving habits to reflect, going into saving for a house. So that would pretty much stop you from taking away from your retirement future. Because think about it, the average American retires with 60% from either Social Security or their pension. So you have a big gap to fill. So instead of using your retirement savings to pay off credit cards or pay off debt, just start those saving habits in the beginning and you should be fine in the future. I hope I didn't take up too much time.
Wow. Yeah. Thank you, Miss Patricia. That's a lot of information that our teachers need to really, take into consideration and plan in the future. Okay.
Um,
So with that, go ahead, Dr. Neil.
I'm
You have
sorry
something to
again.
say?
I'm gonna ask Miss Kaloko or Patricia to repeat it one more time for our audience regarding the percentage of must-have, savings, and wants.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. 50% in must haves: your housing, your food, your insurance, your car. 30% in wants, all the fun stuff, just basically, that's what I say,
Okay.
all the fun stuff, 30%, and 20% in savings. So if you're using a savings vehicle, if you're putting it in your savings account, just make sure your savings is healthy. IRS recommends 10%. I feel like 10% sometimes isn't enough with your income gap being about 40%. So it's very important to focus on savings. And what people don't really take into account is inflation. So inflation and medical costs goes up the older you get. So you want to make sure that your savings is really healthy.
Just a side note, I
Mhm.
only have 10% once. Now that you say 30%, I will tell my husband, hey, I need to add my wants because according to the financial expert, I need to have that additional 20 to my wants.
Well, you don't have to do that. I was like, that's generous, right? I know when I bought my second house, my wants were a lot smaller and my savings became a lot bigger. So it
Okay.
all depends on the moment. And it happens to be during the pandemic. So during that time, you don't really want for much of anything, so you could really save. I wish we could go into another pandemic mode. I saved a whole lot of money, a whole lot.
That's true. Okay, that's a lot to take and very, very informative, Miss Patricia. Now, when you are a new educator and you are young, it is my experience that you barely take into consideration the future of your career as well as your financial status, right? Now, this lead me to our question that may I have Joyce first to respond on this. What should early career educators know about retirement and benefits? When I was starting here, shoot, I don't mind it. What I wanted to do is I don't even hit that 20% saving right there. So let's more talk about my retirement plan. Now I am in my age of retirement. Sorry is always the word that I should have put more on my retirement because it will come. It's inevitable.
Mhm.
So, as I said, what should early educators, think? Why do we need to think about retirement and benefits? Joyce?
Yeah, so I think one of the advantages they have is they are still young, in
Yes.
terms of like qualification if they're looking into life insurance, but they should really understand what their benefits are, and see if there's a gap somewhere so that they could fill that gap in order to reach so that it wouldn't be a sorry, right? Like if when they get to our age, they're ready to retire so that they'll be well off. So really understanding like what they have within their school system or in their state specifically, as far as like, well, like here with the Texas TRS, like how many years does it take to be vested? 5 years in service, or depending on your state, it may be more. But understanding that is important, knowing what your health insurance benefits would be like later on, especially when they're getting close to retirement. If, let's say, there were a two-person, income earners and then one passes away, that will affect your tax, your bracket. You may end up paying more because even though you're single, you're still your tax bracket is still going to be high. Knowing whether you have a 403B, a 457, all that, and then your life insurance. If you lose, do you lose your benefits in case you decide I don't want to be a teacher anymore, right? So all these things are very important for them to understand and see where there is a gap. Make sure you always ask for your benefits gap review, before you leave or before you retire, to have a full understanding of that. Like earlier, Dr. Cohen was saying, the 80% rule. Prior to that, it was 70. Now it's 90%. Things are always changing, right? because whether it's situational or it's through our legal system, our government. I was just in DC with the chamber. We were there at Capitol Hill, advocating. And I was representing, of course, the chamber. But these are always changing. Tax laws are changing, So we have to just always be aware, but especially for the young ones, just get ready. Make sure if you know for sure that you are going to be an educator for life, then start that preparation. Even so, having a supplemental personal one that you can start on your own is just as important for just in case you don't end up, teaching.
That's right, Joyce. You know what? Now that you said that, and Alma is here, that she already retired, I could have increased my percentage allotment in that retirement because I am the only one earning. And then, as what you said, it is really difficult to move on if your benefits, retirement is not secure when it comes to your time to stop working, right? So I really appreciate that input choice. Now let us have Miss Patricia to add more information with regard to what Joyce has said. I will repeat my question. What should early career educators know about retirement and benefits? And I know both of you are experts in this. Enlighten us, please.
Absolutely. So I always tell everyone that I sit down with, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, right? It's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. The first step is being educated, right? Understanding, like what Miss Garcia, understanding what your pension does, understanding how life insurance works, understanding the living benefits of life insurance. To me, life insurance isn't death insurance, it's while you're living, right? And so I always tell people that, yes, you will get a pension and you will set up your 403B, but how will you protect all of that just in case a catastrophic event happens, right? You don't want to pull from what you need to live. You want to have life insurance with living benefits that protects all of your assets underneath, right? And so as you're younger, you're healthier, the cost is lower. I would highly, highly suggest starting life insurance at a young age outside of the district, because once you separate from the district, you will not have those benefits. And another important thing is making sure you have enough. Life insurance is designed to replace you, basically. So I use the acronym DIME: debt, income, mortgage, and education. If you have debt, you want to cover that when you pass away. If you are the sole provider, like Ms. Flores said, you want to make sure that your loved one has enough income to get on their feet. So that's where the income comes into place. Mortgage, if you have some mortgage left over, you don't want them to have to worry about mourning and paying the mortgage. So you want to cover the mortgage. And education, if you have young children that you want to send off to college, to give them a jump start. Or even if, I use this scenario because it happens, even if you have a stay-at-home wife who has no career and you want to give her a way to get her footing and get a career, leave her a little fund to go back to school so she could be educated enough to get a career to sustain a lifestyle that she had before. So you're really just replacing yourself and giving your loved ones a chance to get back on track. So a lot of people don't think about life insurance when they're young. They think they have to die and they're giving it away to somebody, but it's the living benefits. If you get cancer, heart attack, or stroke, you can pull from those living benefits and not take away from your assets. So that's one nugget. Number two, don't run from the 403B lady. Sit down with them because we have something to share with you. Even if you're gathering information and you're not ready to start, at least you have that information in hand. and you're now aware of what you need to do for the future. So you won't have to wait until you're 50 and have to catch up, right? And that there's nothing worse than catching up. If you start young, you could put away 100, 150. And by the time you're retired, you should have enough to sustain a healthy lifestyle and bridge the gap. So that's my little nuggets. I think Ms. Garcia covered a lot. I'm just, adding a few things here and there.
Oh my gosh. Wait a second, Ma'am Cora. That's not a little nugget. That's a lot. It's getting interesting.
Oh, am I giving you too much? Am I feeding you through a fire hose? I'm sorry.
This is so good.
No, that's great.
It is. Like life insurance, a lot of educators and people doesn't really think that life insurance is something else. So when I got it, like 6 years ago, my husband is saying, hey, you rather, spend it or this. And hey, I told him also, just like what you said, Ms. Patricia, that life insurance is also good because at the same time, while you are still living, you can use that. And that's one thing I told him, when I retired, if my retirement is not enough, that will cover to what my needs are. And not only that, give you example. I have a friend, I'm sorry, Miss Cora, but this is very exciting. I have one colleague of one friend, she's a nurse. She just signed up for a month with a life insurance. Guess what? On the second month, she went to a doctor and the doctor says, you got a breast cancer. Gosh. She went to the financial advisor and said, this is what I have. Guess what? She got a 200,000 right away, not even a year that she had been paying for her life insurance. So I said, you never know. And not only that, you're covered when it comes to disability and all that stuff. Anyway, I'm just sharing that. And thank you, Miss Patricia, for bringing that up, because this gives the young teachers, that's why I told myself, if I'd been younger, I could have done life insurance before. Thank you. Yes,
you know what? As what you have said, Joyce and Miss Patricia, you are so much giving information to enlighten our educators today, particularly those in the profession. Now, Miss Patricia right here is my financial literacy coach, I should say, and I have been with her since 2018. Am I right?
I think it was either 16 or 17, quite a while.
So earlier than that. And then she always come and see me, but we haven't had that time to sit down really to upgrade. Now that's my thing, upgrade my policy with her. So it's a good thing, and I am requesting and then advising everyone who are watching right now, don't leave it on the side of your financial decision to put more or sit down with your financial literacy advisors. Those of you, districts have their own group of financial literacy coaches. Now, if they come serving snacks, lunch, go ahead and sign in, because it is not only the snack or the lunch that they offered you future financial literacy and education and freedom. Okay, so thank you guys for your input, and we are having more with this one. Dr. Niels, we're ready for our next question.
Yes, we've been talking about financial wellness, which is, I know it's important, especially for educators' overall success. So yet many teachers are still facing challenging of balancing their passion for teaching with the realities of managing their everyday expenses, family responsibility, future financial goals. So with this question is geared towards Dr. Cohen. How can educators create a realistic financial budget on a teacher's salary? And what financial habits do you think can educators start today that will impact their future?
Okay. Hold on. I need to. All right. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Okay. So Well, personally, okay, 10 years before I retired, I asked myself, how much will I get? I need to determine that. Okay.
Correct.
And I wanted to be debt free. I was so determined to be debt free. So 10 years prior retirement, I tried, I did not use any credit cards. Okay. I have credit cards, but I bit my lip not to use them because I know credit card, you have to pay for it, whether you like it or not. So I, in a, yeah, in other words, you want to be debt free. I don't have mortgage, and I made sure that because I know credit card, you have to pay for it, whether you like it or not.
Someone's watching
So
online.
Yeah.
We need, we need
Oh,
to
okay.
be,
I don't know how. Why I got. I minimized this one,
Mm-hmm.
and I made sure that and I'm also. I paid off my
someone's watching
car,
online.
so. Oh,
There's still background noise of the
Yeah, we
line.
have background noise. Yeah.
must be me. I
Yeah.
don't know what happened here, but
So
okay.
you got
Oh,
your volume of
hello.
your
Can
cell
you hear
phone.
me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can hear you.
Yeah. Maybe it's your cell phone. If it's turned it on, make it, turn down the volume. Thank you.
Word.
Yes. Dr.
Okay.
Cohen, go
All
ahead.
right. Can you
That's
still
better.
see me?
Yes, of course.
Can you hear me and can you see me? Okay. So I tried my very best to be debt free. Okay. And so determine your cash flow. Determine your cash flow. Nice if you have extra. But if you're a single income person, then at least you should know you by determining your budget or you know knowing what your expenses are versus how much you have. And it would be nice if you have an extra income, maybe from a small business or and then also ask yourself, am I still supporting somebody? Do I have dependents? Especially to us Filipinos, we love helping our families in the Philippines. We love sending money, but that's really very good attribute for us to be that generosity. But you have to make sure that you are covered
Yeah. That is the challenges of being in the Philippines. And I'm so sorry. She
to
already shared
really
to me earlier
stretch
that,
out.
yeah, you
Yeah. So
what do you call this?
also you want to make sure that before retirement you are covered with protection, just like what other our special guests have mentioned. Make sure you are covered with health and life insurance because again, life is too short. You want to make sure that's also part of um I guess it's my personality, me, myself, and I first. So you want to make sure that you are covered because that's your security and protection. You also want to have a financial cushion to enjoy life. That's why you're retiring. You want to enjoy life, so you want to you don't want your retirement money just to meet the ends, just to pay your bills or just to survive, but you want to enjoy life. You want to scuba diving, you want to go places. So that's where the what 30% want comes in. And also because uh, you need to do all of these things because you really would not want to see yourself working until or going back to work because you have to go back to work. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? That you don't
Mhm.
want to work even if you don't want to, you're not happy anymore. But I see some teachers, like senior teachers who are already 70s, and I ask them, why are you? Because it would be nice if you just go back to work as a substitute teacher just because you want to wake up in the morning and have a good reason to put your makeup on or to keep your mental alertness there. But other teachers, they have to go back to work because they are still paying their mortgage, they're still supporting their family, or they have to do this or they have to do that. So I don't want to see myself doing that. Maybe in the next 2 years I would go back to work, but just maybe 2 days a week or 3 days a week, but only because I want to be a part of the or maybe because I miss teaching per se. That's it. But I don't want to go back to work because I have to go back to work. So
Yeah. So thank you so much for that, Ma'am Ko. And I know there is some kind of challenges with your Wi-Fi. Yes, Ma'am Cora.
I want to piggyback on that, what Dr. Cohen has said, and asked both of our financial literacy coaches right here. How could a teacher or an educator who retired could protect their ability to pay their mortgage on that one? So should I retire with an exact amount of money that I will get from my retirement compensation that will safely protect my mortgage? Could I do that? What should I do? What should I particularly know before I start or decide to retire?
Do you want me to start, or
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
is
go
there
ahead.
order?
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of plug in some tidbits, and then I'm gonna get to your question. One of the things is I call it a CEO COO meeting with my spouse, and we go over the budget every year, and we assess all of our spending habits. And sometimes it takes, looking at your insurance and switching insurance to get a lower, like car insurance, mortgage insurance. That's one of the things that I would highly suggest. Do it every year, every other year, just as long as you kind of know what your budget is. So moving towards the future, you'll have an idea of how much you need to spend. Second is there's mortgage protection, right, which is a form of term insurance. So if something was to happen to you, then your mortgage would be protected with this insurance. So that's how you could cover your mortgage. In terms of retirement, I would always say save more than what you need for your monthly allotment, right? Because there's inflation. There is medical deductibles. There is medical costs or medication. I've heard stories of people, having 10 medications that equal hundreds of dollars every month, even with discounts from pharmaceutical companies. You want to make sure that you have enough money to cover your medication, because that is important. That's survival. So just knowing what it takes to run your household, being aware, and then saving for the future. I'm like a freak of nature. I've been planning my life since I was a little girl, literally. It's insane. And so when you plan for your future, you could be prepared for your future. So just knowing what the costs are, knowing what the future may look like, and planning for the unexpected. And if my clients are in a position to layer their lifetime income, I will, show them how to do that. I don't know about every state, but in some states, your pension will allow you to get a partial lump sum or a lump sum out of your pension. If you are eligible for that, I would always say start with this TRS income and your 403B and leave a partial lump sum for the unexpected, right? And the unexpected could be inflation when your regular income from TRS and 403B isn't enough. Then you could tap into another source of income and start getting paid out from that, in the future. So it's just all about being strategic with your planning and then understanding how money works and how programs work, and then plan according to those programs.
Wow. Thank you.
Yes, that's
Dr.
wow.
Cohen, did you get were you able to relate to those information that Miss Patricia gave you since you already retired?
I think
Dr.
she might
Cohen,
be frozen.
Yeah, she's
she's
frozen.
frozen.
We
Oh
should
my
I was
go
like,
gosh.
she's been looking
let's,
intently for a long time.
let's go to Joyce. Joyce, any additional feedback?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there are different strategies available. So it really depends, right? What's your current situation? Are you alone? Do you still have your spouse at that time? Are your kids like older? Do they want your house? You have to really consider all those things because, I mean, I love that we're all sharing about enjoy your retirement, right? Like Dr. Cohen shared. And if most people are they plan, they work so hard in order to just leave it to their kids, but then sometimes the kids don't want the house or they sell it. And so these are things that you should be discussing, as a family. Like, what do you even want this house? Or is it even worth paying off the mortgage, right? There are also reverse mortgages, that could be beneficial to you. So it really depends on what you want to do and how you want to enjoy your retirement. And also, earlier we were talking about life insurance to be used for, it could be used for retirement, but you can get more than one policy. Use it for, different things. Like I have 3, my husband has 4. So, and you can also use, Dr. Cohen's not there. I was going to say, there's good debt, there's bad debt. You can use your credit card, but you have to be disciplined in how you're able to pay that off. And there are different strategies to be able, one of the things that we have is a debt action plan where you can pay off. Let's say you have a 30-year mortgage, you pay that off in half the time. So there are different ways, different strategies to be able to pay off a mortgage. And it's just a matter of what is best for you.
Wow, thank you, Joyce. That is indeed, both of you gave us a lot of information that will prepare all of us when it comes to retirement and benefits. Joyce, since you have been giving us enlightenment for teachers, my question is, how are you going to teach all of what you said to students? How is the financial concept be attractive for our students? We said we start early, right? So let's start with teaching
Yes.
financial literacy or concept to our students. How is that going to be, or how does it look like in terms of preparation?
Yeah, so one of the things that we do as a company is we have what we call the Money Camp, where we teach kids through games about money, understanding the value of money, whether it's, okay, you got money, do you want to buy candy or should we put some in the bank, right? For bigger things. So even as simple as that. So when you apply it to yourself, it's easier to teach to people. And like even me, as I share, we were able to pay off our mortgage. How? It wasn't through insurance. It was through a HELOC. So that's another strategy. Yes, I have one, with the 3 policies that I have, one we're using as an IBC. It's called the infinite banking concept. My daughter goes to school in Nashville, where she's going to graduate without student debt. So there are different strategies. So, but teaching the kids, showing them how it should be done, like Miss Patricia was sharing, your needs versus wants. Do you really need it? One of the things I've always taught my daughters when we're out shopping, just hold on to what you want and then walk around and go, do you really need that? Right? And then slowly start putting things back on the rack, like, oh, I don't really need it, I'll put it back there and all that. So just a simple thing like that of needs versus wants, because especially these kids nowadays, I have a 20-year-old, most of her generation don't think about the future because it's easy. Like, oh, I'm just going to Venmo you. They don't think about putting savings. So understanding their language, understanding how they think really helps. And if you're able to talk to them in a way that you are relatable, it just makes things easier. Yeah, because otherwise it's going to go over their head.
Joyce, I like your strategy of when you go shopping, just hold on to it and you move around. You know what? If I get tired, you know what, Mom? I don't like this anymore. And then you put it back in the shelf. That's a good strategy. And also, Joyce, if I am right, correct me if I'm wrong, the way we teach our kids or our students this early about this financial literacy, it is also, I think, part of uh, generational wealth. You start you start building up the capacity of our students to think and get through that system, and you are building that generational wealth, not physically, but the idea, the mindset. Am I right on this one?
Absolutely. Mindset is everything. I am such a big proponent for personal growth. I've done retreats with like Dr. Joe Dispenza, Tony Robbins. It's so important, and that's the legacy. I chose Legacy Insured Group because I want to be able to leave that legacy. No, my daughter may not want my insurance agency, and that's okay. But what I'm imparting to her is the mindset that, yeah, we can help people, not just through living, not just through like living benefits. Just a quick piggyback to what Dr. Nils said. I was in Colorado and I met with a client who filed a claim. She had only paid like $800 something a term for $1 million policy. And because she was only paying for a little bit, she was able to get 300. She chose to get 350,000 out of that. So imagine, and tax-free. That's one thing that most people don't realize. And Patricia can expound on this. But what we leave our kids is, what we have learned, the education of the importance. It's not an expense. We really have to teach value of having a retirement plan, savings, and why it matters. Because now my daughter's seeing our lifestyle. Oh, okay. And she knows we didn't come from a rich background. I grew up in the Philippines, My husband grew up in the Bronx. We didn't have money. We didn't come from money. But we are able to provide for her today because of everything that we've done. That has to do with everything, savings, planning for retirement, and which is now she appreciates. Because I tell her all the time, oh my gosh, I'm helping a client. Most of my clients that I teach, how to pay off their debt, has over 100,000 student debt. That's big.
Okay. Thank you, Joyce. Did you know that I want to share this to all of you and all who are watching right now? Since we're talking about teaching financial literacy concept among our young ones, our district has developed a curriculum. They call it Future 2. It's a new educational curriculum that embeds financial literacy among our students, starts from third grade up to high school. I think that is one way also of starting early. And this is not coming from our folks, from our family, but this time in a system. So I just want to share that. Thank you for all of your information and sharing of knowledge today, Dr. Neil. So we're ending, right?
Yes, you know what? I hate to say this, but this is really so important topic. I myself, I'm still learning a lot from Miss Joyce and Miss Patricia. And of course, with Alma's kind of inspired me more. That's why kind of 50-50 what I'm going to do next. But anyway, that's something that I need to sit down again with my husband and
Well,
financial advisor. Yes.
in everything naman before retirement, it's always a case to case basis. So, and what different priorities, different people have different priorities, and I'm just fortunate enough to just be like, I was as focused as a horse, where I said, okay, even if I want to buy this luxurious bag or coat or all of this, like, no, I'm okay at TJ Maxx. I'll be okay with it. So I really need to discipline myself, because it's so easy. I used to be a big spender and all that, but then again, I had my 10-year goal. So, but it takes a lot of determination, discipline, and mindset. Mindset. And of course, with my 3 children, I had to lead by example. So I cannot say one thing and then do a different thing. So uh that's especially for being a single person. I don't have other income to suffice my needs and all that. So I really need to prepare myself, because I don't want naman, with Filipinos, sometimes we had that tendency to be, or our parents, or there's that mentality that parents would be dependent from their children, right? The children support the parents, but we don't want to be like that. We want to break that, what do you call that? Break that tradition of being, dependent upon your, or dependent on your children, or would be hoping that one of your children would help you when you're old. So you just want to empower yourself while you're still
Yes.
young. You need to prepare for that, so you can buy whatever you want. You can live the life that you want after retirement
Okay, with that
at your
in
own
mind,
expense. Well, if they
okay.
give, if they give, don't say no. Just accept it, whatever they give.
Give it to me. Give it to Mama.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm size
Okay.
8.5 or
Yeah.
something. Thank you.
Dr. Cohen, with that in mind, and since we're closing, and thank you so much for those insights, valuable recommendation, suggestion. Let's let's go to our this is our traditional also open-ended question. So I'd like to start it with Miss Patricia. It says, I am, like for instance, I am Renilda Henson. I am financially literate because I have my financial advisor and I have my life insurance. Okay, I started it. Let's go next to um, Miss Patricia, Miss Joyce, Miss Alma, and then Miss Cora. Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
So the question was, she was financially literate and she
No,
has,
I
Yeah.
am. You're going to say I am yourself.
okay. I'm Patricia Coloco and I'm financially literate and I do have life insurance. I have multiple policies and I practice what I preach.
Wow. Ooh, excellent.
I'm not having
Joyce?
people.
Yeah, I am Joyce Garcia, and I'm financially literate because I have committed my work to helping people turn financial confusions into clarity by educating them and making sure they're protected. They and their families are protected.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Miss Alma?
I am Alma Cohen. I am financial literate because I am debt free and I'm ready to enjoy life.
Okay.
Wow, I like that.
Thank you.
Okay.
Scuba
I am.
diving. I'm gonna do all of that.
I want to be like you. Okay. I am Cora Flores. I am financially literate because I believe I have the best financial literacy coach right there with the name of Patricia Caloco, and she will guide me and sit down with me to strengthen up my financial portfolio to be debt free and ready to go.
Thank you.
Okay.
There we go.
Thank
Yay.
you. Thank you. So, before we end up, of course, we always ask our guests to, share some last message, or if you want to shout out some compliments. So in that way, you are being important here for us. So we want to hear something from you. Thank you.
Can I go
Miss
first?
Joyce?
Miss Dr. Cohen wants to be first. Okay.
Okay, go first.
Okay. Well, I just want to give a shout out to Miss Caloco and Miss Joyce Garcia, because I wish I had them, or I was able to listen to them when I was a younger me. So I would have been more wiser. Could have been, more cognizant of my financial literacy. But it's never too late. You can always learn something new from the experts, from the people who actually know what they're talking about. And so thank you so much for your knowledge and
You're
skills
welcome.
imparted tonight.
Thank you.
Tonight. I'm in the Philippines, so it's what time is it here? It's
11.
11:12 p.m.
11. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Thank you.
And she's up. She's really something
right.
else. Thank you. Thank you for joining us, because I know
You're
this
right.
is
It's very late.
She just I
you
think
owe
arrived
me.
yesterday. Yeah. This one I owe you this. Okay.
Okay, let's have Miss Patricia.
No, I arrived
I'm sorry.
5 hours ago.
5 hours ago. Okay. You really is
Oh, wow.
a good friend. Thank you.
And the trick when traveling overseas is you just don't go to sleep. I'm going to Portugal at the end of the month, and I got to teach that to my husband. Like, don't go to sleep. So I just want to say that if someone out there does not have the financial advisor or financial retirement specialist that they desire, I am available. You're not stuck with them. There's no ball and chain. You can always change your advisor to get the best advice possible. And I'm going to leave you with this little nugget. There are 3 phases of retirement: contribution, accumulation, and distribution, right? And so during the contribution and accumulation phase, you have multiple options. National Life Group and Nationwide have the best distribution plan, meaning they set you up with lifetime income. So once you get through growing your money, that is not it. You still have another option of setting yourself up to win for the rest of your life. So if you got to the point where you're retired and you have this large sum of money and you're like, well, what do I do now? Instead of, trying to make 100,000 or 200,000 last, find a great distribution plan that gives you lifetime income, compound interest, where you can make it stretch for the duration of your life. So you don't have to worry about it on your own. So I am always available. And I always want to say that you're not done until you're done, right? So it's not about how you start, it's how you finish. So don't ever beat yourself up. And there's never a dumb question. I love all questions. I may still have questions somewhere along the line. And you always have to learn, right?
Great. Thank you so much for that. We need to
You're
have
welcome.
a sit down also. I'll have to sit down with you and Joyce again. Miss Joyce?
Hi. Yeah, so Dr. Cohen, you may not have, had the chance to prepare, but you have your kids and your grandchildren. We're happy to meet with them, or Miss Patricia, since she's in Houston. Just remember, it's never too late. It's not about just us. It's our generations, the families that we have. It's how do we continue our legacy? That's what it's about. So teaching them, educating them, not just our educators, but our families, first and foremost, because to me, like, my family is my initial ministry, right? What I teach them. whether it's, spiritually or financially, or just basic life skills that they wouldn't have experienced. Like my daughter, I feel, is so sheltered living here in the US. I teach her like some of the street skills that I learned from living in Manila and New York. So these are what we want to leave as a legacy. And there are so many ways. There's a book called Paychecks and Playchecks that, enjoy your retirement. And how do you do that? By preparing so that you don't have to work till you're like 80 years old. Just what is that? We work for 80 years or 65 years only to enjoy it for 20. No, we shouldn't do that. You should be able to enjoy that. And don't worry about your kids. That's what your life insurance is for. They're going to have money. In the meantime, you enjoy your retirement. So that's the main thing. And remember, most importantly is the tax benefits that you get through life insurance, because you're not going to get that anywhere, not from your 401k or, you're not even like a Roth. So there's so many benefits and different strategies.
Thank you, Miss Joyce.
You're welcome.
Mama
Thank you,
Cora,
Joyce.
yes, I think we missed some of the photos before. If you can show it to us, Jewel. I think we have one for Miss Dr. Alma, and we forgot to show that earlier. Can we have time for that? And then some other advertisement that we have. Oh, by the way, this is what the investment that Dr. Cohen have. This is her school. Come on, show one more. Okay. So she expanded her already. So this is the fruit of her labor, working from the States to that. So I'm just being proud
That's
of what
my
you got.
Chanel.
Yeah. After Chanel, her Louis Vuitton.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's my
And we're doing-
Paris trip.
Yes. Hey, don't give that. So
Her
anyway,
Louis Vuitton.
yes.
Hey, Louis Vuitton lasts one time.
Yeah.
This is
So
continuing
Who
through
wakes up in the morning and
generations.
say, who wakes up in the morning and say, I think I'll build this school.
Good job. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Hey, but
Amen.
I don't have loan. I don't have loan for that. Thank you, Jesus. So now I'm ready
Amen.
to sell
Yes,
it.
amen to that. So
Amen.
That's
yeah,
what
so I'm
it
just
is.
sharing that to you because I'm
you.
so proud of my dear friend too. But anyway,
Thank you.
let's go to our thank you, ladies. Thank you, Miss Joyce, Dr. Alma, and Miss Patricia. Please stay for a little bit because Miss Cora is also going to share to you some of our
Yes.
other community project. Yes, go ahead, Ma'am
So
Cora.
those who are watching right there in the Philippines, particularly the United Federation of Filipino American Educators Incorporated, will have a summit on August 14 to 17. This will be in Cagayan de Oro. You go to our website, Unified, and you could scan the QR code. Please do come because this will be attended by international educators. Okay, next picture, please. Jewel, do we still have announcement in there? Also, Dr. Neil and I was just what did it
Inducted.
inducted as newly elected officers of the United Federation of Filipino American Teachers. Dr. Niels was elected as our professional development director. And I was elected as for second term as the global director of all. This one is our unified thing. Okay, so let us just do the pictures so they could see it. Our inducting officer. This is our president, Dr. Bajolo, and the one on red gown is the founder of the Unified Incorporated. We also have, this is our line of officers. This is all over the world, guys. This is me.
Wow.
Then another group of officers who are about 100 plus on that meeting right there. This on the top, the male is Dr. Matakel, the co-founder of Unified, and Dr. Bajolo is our national president. And that's Dr. Matakel. And Honorable Anna Marie May Guerra is the consulate representative in our induction ceremony. She gave us the inspirational talk and the pledge, our officer. Thank you, Honorable Anna Marie Guerra. Okay, that's Dr. Neil. That's the Development Director of Unified. So we will see more of her excellent skills in applying professional development for all teachers. So Miss Joyce and Miss Patricia, you are in good group here because we could endorse you to this global association. They could connect you and you could do online counseling with a group of teachers. This is global as far as Africa. Alaska, we do have members in there. Okay, so that's basically our group.
And this is our way of thanking our guests because this is also one way of endorsing you. You are special here. You're not only giving us some insights and information, but making sure that you're also being referred and recommended to other colleagues in our district and in our school. But anyway, Ma'am Cora, can you please make also the acknowledgement of our Lawin network? Can you please do that? And then
yes, of course. This is not possible, y'all, if we don't have Lawin Media Network, our owner and producer, Attorney Eileen Dizon. Attorney, thank you so much. She's also the state president of the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce. Okay, so Joyce is also a member. Miss Patricia, we're inviting you to join. It says they're Filipino American. So you're an American and you could join us. You could be a personal member or you could be a business owner. So every time your benefits will be every time we do have activities, you come and join and you meet more people in there. So you could expand your business more, not only for educators, but also our business partners. So that's it. And Jewel, our new crew in the group. Thank you, Jewel. She is our virtual assistant and she takes care of the technicalities of our show. So thank you so much sa inyong lahat. If you want to watch the recap of this show, you could go to lawinmedia.net or .com in YouTube. We also have it in Facebook. You could look for our Lawin Media Network. Okay? So thank you so much.
Yes, and we have a picture taken first before we,
Yes. Okay, so smile, y'all. Ready? 1, 2. 1, 2. There you go.
And again, a big thank you to our amazing regular followers. Shout out to my regular followers, the Golden Girls of Brownsville, Texas, especially Mami Dida Nugrao, the wonderful lady of this beautiful group, to Cynthia Cancino, Nori Soriano, Marlene Alceo from Pangasinan, and to our fellow educators around the world. Your continued support, positivity, and energy truly brings brighten to our community. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. And to close this with a Bible verse from Proverbs 21:5, the plans of the diligent lead to profit as surely as haste leads to poverty. So once again, this is Teacher Talk, live chikahan with Ma'am Cora and Dr. Niels, where every educator's story matters. Every conversation speaks in inspiration. So again, thank you so much and maraming salamat po. And watch out for our next. Yes.
Our next episode, that would be on the 27th, I believe.
No, it's July the 4th.
July the 4th. Happy Independence, right
Wednesday,
here.
yes.
Our next topic will be professional ethics and social graces. So we are going to invite experts from John Roberts Power and a lot more to teach. It's not that we don't have social grace, but we wanted to be more of that. Okay, so come and watch us next episode that will be on July the 4th. Thank you so much.
Thank
Magandang
you.
magandang umaga po uli, gabi sa Pilipinas, and good morning. And thank you for sharing your Saturday morning with us. See you.
Thank you, Jill, once again.
Salamat. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right. Yes, Ma'am Cora.